What's up, guys? Another 2019 season win total projection video. This time the Alabama Crimson Tide. If you're unfamiliar with our work, College Football Unlimited is a college football betting resource. We send out matchup analysis each week with a cover probability for each game, as well as offer up the matchup simulator with all hypothetical options for FBS opponents, including neutral site indicators and situational conditions such as look ahead, letdown, sandwich, and Super Bowl spot. So, with that said, we'll go through Alabama's schedule. On the right-hand side, we'll go through the win percentages for each game. Keep in mind, Alabama's probably our top-rated team with Clemson. So a lot of these scores are going to be hefty margins as well as high win probabilities. So we'll go ahead and get started. As you can see, we've got the neutral site indicator for week 1 applied, and Alabama's going to be a 34-point favorite and have a 95% chance to win. Week 2, Alabama has New Mexico State come to town. They'll be 60-point underdogs here. In all reality, this line will be closer to 56 as a look-ahead game for the big matchup at South Carolina looms ahead. So we'll go ahead and mark that look ahead. If you're unfamiliar with any of our videos in the past, we do not mark any situational conditions in these preseason win totals, so we'll go ahead and untag that. While not a big impact to the overall win probability, it does impact it some, and they will have nearly a 100% chance at winning in week 2. Week 3, Alabama travels to South Carolina. Solid opponent for Alabama with Jake Bentley returning for South Carolina. Playing at home in Williams-Rice is always a tough place. Alabama can attest to that from the last time they were there. So with that said, Alabama's going to have an 87% chance at winning this one. Alabama returns home to get Southern Miss. They'll be 98% favorites here. They'll get another Mississippi school coming to town, Ole Miss. Big favorite again and a 97% chance to win. Alabama gets a bye week before taking on Texas A&M on the road. Alabama will be 15-point favorites and have a 78% chance at beating Texas A&M. They'll then go home and take on Tennessee. Tennessee's just not there yet. Alabama with a 96% chance to win as 5 touchdown favorites. They'll then have Arkansas come to town. Arkansas not as bad as many folks believe, but still large underdogs here against Alabama and a 95% chance for them. Alabama gets a bye week before having LSU come to town. One of the toughest tests for Alabama this year. They'll be 17-point favorites or an 81% chance to win. Probably the biggest landmine on their schedule at Mississippi State after LSU. We still have this as a 16-point margin, but keep in mind this is probably a letdown spot as well. And that brings it closer to a 12 or 13-point line, which anything under 2 touchdowns is not a guaranteed win. Definitely a little bit of a sweat if that game stays close down to the wire. With that said, we'll keep it at 79% for record-keeping sake. Alabama's annual FCS cupcake is Western Carolina this year. They'll have a 100% chance at winning this one. That cupcake will be an appetizer for the last game of the year at Auburn in the Iron Bowl. Same conversation. Most game of the year sports books have this line closer to 13. That's explained by the Super Bowl effect that Auburn more than likely is playing with, and this game's closer to an 11 or 12-point line. So, as always, we'll take that off though, and you'll have an 18-point line and an 81% chance to win if you're an Alabama fan. This brings our overall season win total projection for them to 10.9. This is right around the number that Vegas has. I think it's right around 11. So this is spot on if you consider they're going to be favored by 2 touchdowns in every single game, if not by 2 touchdowns, at the very least 10 points. So with that said, very good chance that Alabama makes it back to Atlanta this year. Don't be surprised if it's another matchup with Georgia, and in the event that both of them have gone undefeated, it wouldn't surprise me at all if both of them make the playoff regardless of the outcome in that game, unless it's a blowout one way or another. So tight game. Both of those teams probably end up making it to the playoff this year with the strength of the SEC so far. So with that said, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. As you can see, we do have a preseason trial going on, so any love that you've given us. We appreciate it. Thanks to the few of you that have already posted to the message boards. Those go a long way in furthering our brand and our ability to get our name out there. So thanks as always, and until next time, guys, take it easy.